Alrighty, hello everyone, welcome back. It's Kayla St. Eliard with the Agency for Substance Abuse Prevention. Today we're going to be having a special guest. We're going to be interviewing our intern, Miss Destiny Elston. She is with us for the summer. She's been helping us just get together everything with our summer program. She's been working with the kids, just doing a really great job here at ASAP. So I wanted you guys to get to know her a little bit better and get to know her college experience, some things that she's looking forward to in the future. And we're really excited to have you today. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing good.
That's so good. Well, like I said, we're really happy to have you here. You have been a wonderful asset to ASAP. And honestly, you're just really setting the standard or continuing the standard for how interns should be when they come to ASAP. So give me a little bit of background information about yourself. Where are you from? Where you go to school?
Okay, so I'm from Jacksonville, Alabama. I graduated from Jacksonville High School, of course, and I'm currently a student at UAB, a sophomore, and I'm majoring in biomedical science right now.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. That's fancy. Like, I just went to school for psychology, but she's like, I'm a scientist. I'm a future doctor in front of me right here. So when you look back and you like blow up and everything, just know like I did your first interview.
Yep.
So you said you're a freshman. What's your classification?
Right now I'm a sophomore.
Oh,
yes.
awesome. So how was your first year of your college experience? Like, were you able, I know COVID was around and everything, but were you able to do any activities, just like with your school? How did that go?
Well, it was most definitely something different than you would expect from a college experience. I know the first semester in the fall, it was just locked down, nothing really. Yeah, so it was really cut off from social things, but I know second semester, I tried to get out more. I was able to volunteer with Blazer Kitchen. It's a soup kitchen. Yeah, and we got to make food bags for people in need and students in need.
Yeah.
And that's really how I spent my time socializing with people, and I got to meet other students who were doing the same thing.
Oh, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you said your fall semester, COVID hit. So that means you were a senior in high school when COVID first came out. So compared to how it was before COVID, like what you were doing in school, how is that different now? Like how's the dynamic different? Besides you just not being able to go anywhere, like just how does it feel just to not be able to, I guess, really get the full experience of like your end of senior year going into your first year of college?
Right. And so comparing it to my junior year before COVID, I was really active in the band. I was the dance captain. And then once COVID started hitting my senior year, gladly we already had football season out of the way, but still there were other things in the spring to do, like senior trips, graduation, prom, and all that was just put on the back burner. It was really like a state of shock for us.
Oh, wow.
We really didn't know what was going on, and it really was just isolating, because how do I put it? We felt alone, but we were all in the same boat,
Yeah.
And it was hard to talk to everyone,
Yeah. Oh man, I remember when it first hit last year, and I was like, I really hate it for these seniors, because I know like my senior year of high school, it was an awesome time. Like you literally spent your last semester of senior year just having fun. Like, you did schoolwork, but you had the itis. And, you had your prom, you had so much to look forward to, your senior skip days, being able to leave a little bit earlier than everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, and so that's why my heart really went out to y'all, because I was like, y'all didn't just, and I know the whole situation was out of our hands, but
right.
It's just, y'all didn't deserve that, and I really hate it for y'all. And I'm hoping that, you really get to going into this next year with everything kind of lifting a little bit, get to experience more and do more, because that's what being young is all about. Just the experiences, not only having fun, but just taking in the experience of life. You know what I'm saying? And just being able to enjoy life. So I'm really hoping that for you. So since COVID has made everything so different, has this been keeping you from being exposed to the partying scene of college and stuff?
I'm gonna be honest with you, yes. Of course, there were some parties in the fall, but I just kept myself out from that because I want to take responsibility, and I knew that if I went out and partied and did get COVID and gave it to a family member or a friend, I would feel guilty for that. And so I stayed away from that. Instead, I got in Zooms with people, and actually UAB had stress group chats when we would just talk about my problems, online school and stuff, and I made friends that way too.
That is so cool. Shout out to UAB for that.
Yes.
And that's really cool that you, like you said, I mean, you kind of felt isolated, but you weren't really fully all by yourself because you had others out there that were feeling the same exact way as you. So have you seen others around you maybe like wanting to, even though COVID was happening, maybe that didn't affect them, maybe they were still partying, taking in that full freshman experience, maybe some things going on around you that maybe wasn't your cup of tea, but you see a little bit of everything when you're in college.
Yeah, most definitely. I know that with COVID being around in school, most definitely my classmates were drinking and smoking, just trying to relieve the stress. And I just felt like that's something that you would regret in the future, because you still have classes and things, and you want to be in your full capacity when you're about to take your classes. And so, I would try to encourage them, maybe stay off of that, but, we're 18, 19, 20, so that's their own decision, but I'm still trying to lead by example and tell them what to do correctly,
That's really, I like your mindset. That's really awesome. That and I feel like everybody should have a friend like you in their life to kind of like talk them off the edge. There's no need to always drive the boat, if you know what I'm saying. So we're gonna talk a little bit about substance misuse in college, and thankfully Destiny, she's a very smart woman here, young lady. She doesn't involve herself in things like that, but as we know, there are others that take on that full college experience, and this is nothing new. This has been around for 30, 40, 50 years, probably since college ever opened, because I mean you're away from your family, you're away from your parents, you don't have anybody telling you what to do, when to do it. You're really making your own decisions.
Right.
And it can be fun, but it can be really, really scary. And if you're currently a college student, these are just some signs to look out for of substance abuse because, like I said, it is a little bit more on high alert when you're in college. So some signs and symptoms of drug or alcohol abuse, they vary based on the substance, but kind of as a whole, you can have a decreased interest in class or extracurricular activities, just not wanting to do anything but hang out with your friends and party. A drastic change in grades or academic performance. You can have a shift in sleeping patterns or fluctuations in weight. You can be spending time in new circles, especially among people who do have a reputation of abuse. Like they say, birds of a feather flock together. You could withdraw from friends or just acting very secretive, just if you don't want anyone to know what you're really doing. And then have unexplained changes in behavior or your personality. That's really scary to think about. And just some other statistics that I just want everybody to kind of be mindful of is 31% of U.S. college students report symptoms of alcohol abuse. That's a pretty significant number. This one's even bigger. 80% of U.S. college students have abused alcohol. That's more than half. That's well over 2/3, not the whole, but 80%. That's significant. And between 1993 and 2005, the proportion of students who abused Xanax and Valium increased by 450%. That's some major opioid abuse right there. And an estimated 110,000 students between the ages of 18 and 24 are arrested every year for alcohol-related charges, such as showing up in public intoxicated or just driving while drunk. So that's really sad. And I know my freshman year, I went to Troy my freshman year, and there was actually someone that had gotten involved in a major accident because they were coming home from a party, drinking and driving, got involved in an accident and unfortunately lost their lives, and people that were in the car lost their lives as well.
Oh, no.
And it's just not worth it, you guys. It's really just not worth it. Like Destiny said, it's just better to just stay focused. I mean, you go to school for a reason. And there's more things to do besides just drinking and smoking or doing whatever. There's so much more you can be doing with your time. There's lots of extracurricular activities out there for you to participate in. And I think that's just something you just need to be mindful of if you are either going into your freshman year or even thinking about college. It's not all about partying. So what makes you think you are setting a good example for students on campus to do the right thing? I mean, I feel like you are, but what are some other things that you try and do in your daily life to just set an example around you?
Okay, so I really try to promote positivity around everyone, because I know with COVID, everyone was just really down in the dumps. So I try to be optimistic with everyone. And I know in the spring semester, things were starting to lift up. So I did go meet some people in person, most definitely being safe with masks and everything. But, just finding more things to do, especially in the city of Birmingham. There's parks and restaurants and skating places just to lighten the mood and, be a good sport about everything.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Like I said, everyone needs a friend like Destiny in their lives that puts them and leads them in the right direction. And don't be afraid to be that person, that friend that just wants to offer good words of encouragement. And it's okay to say no. You've had to probably say no, a few times, or people have probably offered you things and and that's protecting yourself. I know people are big these days on protecting their energy and themselves, and that's one way to protect yourself, is do not be afraid to say no. So tell us about some of your plans that you want to obtain in the future, for your success. Like what about 5 years from now, what do you see yourself doing?
Cool. And so the end of my sophomore year, I can apply for a fast track program where I can get my master's in clinical lab science.
That's cool.
Yes, and so this master's will allow me to do a broad range of things, from working at the CDC to going to forensics. And I like variability, so I probably don't want to stay doing the same thing forever. And so I think having a list of options, the things I can do to still in the same field, is going to be really good for me.
That's so cool.
Thank you.
So how many more years of school do you think that you do have after?
I mean, I would say five or six.
That's very admirable of you. Like, I really, even though you're younger than me, I'm like, she has so much ambition. I love that about you.
Thank you.
She's, like I said, Destiny has been a wonderful asset to the agency. She's very quick on her feet. She knows when to come up with things. She has created flyers for us, lists for us, just made our lives easier. So I know that, when she leaves here, she's going to make other people's lives easier. She's made people in the past lives easier. And so we're really rooting for you here, Destiny. We're really excited. And when you make it big, don't forget about us over here at ASAP. Don't forget about Lil Lo. There's only 8 of us, but don't forget about us. So you guys, that's about all we have for you today. I want to go ahead and remind you of our HOPE campaign that we do have. I know a lot of people out there are struggling with, maybe you're in college and you're just struggling with, substance misuse, opioid misuse, alcohol misuse. Just remember to hold on. Pain ends. There are people out there that want to help you. There is resources available to you. If you need help getting those, resources, or just getting pointed in the right direction, give us a call at 256-831-4436, or visit our website at asaprev.com. And tune in next month for our next podcast. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, tell all of your friends about this. We have a very, very informative string of podcasts that go all the way back to October of last year, just on various topics that can be beneficial to your knowledge and your life. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and don't forget, we are always here for you at ASAP.